Have you ever wanted to make your own pixel art character for your game, but you have no idea where to start? Well, that was me a few weeks ago. So, I want to teach you guys how to go on about making a pixel art character for your game that you'll be proud of. That being said, let's just jump back to my previous video where I had a reference diagram of something that I liked from another game called Kindergarten 3, and of course how I went on about making it my own to try to find something that fits my game. Something very important to note, we'll be making use of these colors on the left hand side. As somebody who doesn't understand color theory, the best thing we can do besides learning is to steal it. And you're probably wondering, okay, well, where would I get color theory if I don't know where to go ahead from this point? Well, it's pretty simple. Remember that cool reference image that I had? I literally took each pixel and took its color and mapped it out. That being said, just to prove to you guys that I actually do somewhat know what I'm doing, I made these cool little A characters, the 4 boys and girls of the game, and we'll be trying to do something similar. For my pixel art characters, I use a software called Aseprite, and if you want to use the same software, it does cost a little bit of money, but it is available on Steam. So, I should probably have this a lot more mapped out, seeing that I've made a few characters now, but I really don't, and it's all about having the fun process of making a character from scratch. So for this demonstration, I'm just going to start doodling and see exactly where to take our character, and we can always change it up from there. Just to start off, I always like to have a baseline, and I go ahead and start outlining the face, followed by the darker shadow of the skin, and from here, just going ahead and actually coloring in the base skin tone. Feel free to go ahead and explore which colors work best for your game. As I mentioned, I'm just going ahead and using a reference character which I really enjoy, being Nugget from Kindergarten 3. And from here, we'll be able to go ahead and map out our character. He has a 3x3 eyes, where I'll be able to go ahead and add some beautiful pupils of this nice color blue. And I'm sure you guys can already see our characters forming. But something looks a bit weird compared to my previous iterations, and that's just because my character's width of his face is a little bit too long. So all I'm going to do is go ahead and actually just remove one row. So here we go. We have the start of our character. And now you're probably thinking, okay, we got eyes, we got his head, but we're still missing his mouth. Well, lucky for you guys, that's a pretty easy fix. Boom. Look at that dashing young man. From here, one of my biggest challenges of making a character is actually trying to define his hairstyle. And I'm not too sure if, if making hairstyles is as simple for everybody else. But I mean, I did struggle compared to making his face. And I did use various amounts of references trying to make something my own. Because, like I mentioned before, it's all cool to use a reference, but no one wants to go ahead and actually steal someone else's artwork. So anyways, following this point, let's go ahead and just map something out that hopefully looks good. I'm not going to try and make it perfect like my previous characters. I might have spent a lot more time on them than I would like to admit. But so far, this is looking pretty solid. I'm sure you guys can see some small minor flaws, but it's okay. So from this point, we're going to go ahead and add once again, like his face, some shading for his head, just to break it up a bit, and go ahead and actually put down the base colors for his hair. Just in my case with this character, I am going to go for like a blonde guy, blue eyes, very generic, very simple, and besides his hair now, let's go ahead and add some highlights. If there is a correct way or place to add highlights, let me know down below in the comment section, but I like just to throw them wherever. It probably would make more sense just to have a bit more of an actual flow, but as long as you're having fun with the process, right? Let's maybe give him a bit of a fringe as well while we add it. Awesome. So now that we've got his head laid out, let's go ahead and actually map out his body. And looking at my colors on top, I decided to go for a bit of an emerald green, where I'll be able to actually define his hoodie. So something I like to do is always leave 2 gaps on the side for his head, and then from here start out mapping his arm. So we have his top of his hoodie and his arm on the left hand side, where we can go ahead and then just fill in the arm color itself. So from here, to have his arm outline, we'll copy the same color that we had for his face, and then just go down and follow through. Something looks a bit weird, and that's because our hoodie is coming straight out of his arm, but let's give him like a bit of a top piece for his shirt. So now that we've done that, we can actually go ahead and then just fill out the remaining hoodie, just so we have a bit of idea of what the proportions look like. Have a nice, well, let me not say nice angle of our character, but because of the angle of our character, we can't see his other arm fully. Hence why we'll just show the one outline of his actual side of his arm. From here, we can go ahead and add some more finer details of his hoodie, make it stand out a bit more, and obviously depending on the style of clothes that you prefer, you can do something similar, but in this case I'm just going to go ahead and then just add some drawstrings. Perfect! Now that we got the top of his hoodie done, let's go ahead and map out his pants. And once again, my character is relatively simple. I'm just going to add a black outline for his pants, give him some more beautiful colors for his actual shading of it, and from here you'll be able to see how my character comes to life. I think highlights really do a very important job of breaking up your character, just so it doesn't seem like one solid gradient, and of course feel free to play around, experiment with what looks good for you. Personally, I think everything just looks pretty fun. I mean, our character will be really small in the game, but we want to make each character easily identifiable, so we can actually go ahead and make each character feel unique, especially for the importance of characters in my game, where you will want to go ahead and move them around. And just like that, you can add 3 feet to your little dude. Well, 2 feet, but 3 pixels wide, and just like that, you have gone ahead and created your very own idol character. If this video was helpful for you, please let me know in the comment section down below if you guys enjoyed it, if you have any recommendations, if you like the way my characters turned out, and of course, what else would you guys like to see in the game. Please let me know, and of course, I'll show you guys in the future episodes how to go on about animating your character.